Even as we speak, the campaigning for the final phase of the elections in this Lok Sabha is over. The silent period has started, but given the final speeches before this silence, it seems like this is the calm before the storm, quite literally. And where does this come from? This comes from the two speeches the Prime Minister has given in the last 48 hours, first in Odisha, then in Punjab, where he's not just promised an impending tufan, but also warned the opposition, don't mistake my silence for my weakness.
और मैं इंडिया अलायंस वालों को कह रहा हूं, मैं चुप बैठा हूं, इसका मतलब ये समझिए, गलती मत कीजिए मोदी को समझने की। अगर मोदी जिस दिन मुंह खोलेगा, तुम्हारी 7 पीढ़ी के पाप निकाल करके रख दूंगा। 4 जून के बाद जो 6 महीने हैं, उसमें देश विकास की एक नई रफ्तार पकड़ेगा। लेकिन इसके अलावा 6 महीने राजनीति में भी नया तूफान लाने वाले हैं। देश में जितनी भी परिवारवादी पार्टियां हैं, उनके कार्यकर्ताओं में निराशा चरम पर है। बार बार फेल होने वाले परिवारवादी नेताओं से उनके ही लोग सवाल पूछ रहे हैं। इसलिए अगले 6 महीने में हम परिवारवादी पार्टियों में एक नया बिखराव देंगे, देखेंगे।
Now remember, this campaign has been marked with Modi pretty much being a tufan himself, carrying out whirlwind tours across the country, and all the culmination of the campaign, he is now in Kanyakumari at the Bhagwati Amman temple. He's going to spend the next 3 days in meditation at Kanyakumari, a move that has already raised hackles of the opposition. But how did the past 2 months go? The Prime Minister addressed 206 rallies and roadshows and gave 80 interviews in between as well. On the other hand, the Congress today said that Modi's campaign was focused more on attacking the opposition and self-aggrandizement than anything substantial.
हालांकि ये पूरी तरीके से गैर राजनीतिक होकर
सारे पिछले रिकॉर्ड तोड़ेंगे जो बोल रहे हैं, पर इतना क्यों फिर रहे हैं? अब क्यों परेशान है इतने जो आपने आंकड़े हमको दिए? 206 रैली उन्होंने की, तो इसका मकसद ये है कुछ तो गड़बड़ है और वो उनको मेजॉरिटी नहीं मिलने वाली है, घबराहट में है। ये 4 जून को ये घबराहट खत्म होगी। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने 421 बार मंदिर मस्जिद मुस्लिम और बाकी धर्मों की बात की, समाज को बांटने की बात की। 224 बार उन्होंने मुस्लिम, पाकिस्तान, माइनॉरिटी, इस तरह के शब्दों का भी इस्तेमाल किया। 15 दिन के भाषण में 232 बार कांग्रेस का नाम लिया। 758 बार मोदी शब्द का प्रयोग किया गया। खुद की रेस हम बोले सो नहीं, खुद ही उन्होंने अपने भाषण में ये शब्द इतने बार अपने नाम उन्होंने लिया। 573 बार इंडिया गठबंधन और विपक्षी पार्टियों को, जिससे पता चलता है, विपक्षी पार्टियों की बात की, एक बार भी महंगाई और बेरोजगार बात नहीं की।
All right, so is this really the calm before the storm? What tufan awaits after the 4th of June that the Prime Minister has promised? Is this a whirlwind that is going to sweep away the opposition and actually manage to get the BJP 400 par? Joining us now on the show, we have Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, Varun Singh, political analyst, and Rohan Mitra, who is also a political analyst. Charu Pragya, that almost sounds like a threat. When the Prime Minister says कि अब एक तूफान आने वाला है जो सबको बहा के ले जाएगा, is this a threat? Earlier he has said Tejaswi Yadav is going to be in jail.
Padmaja, good evening to you. I think Prime Minister Modi ji is talking about the impending changes that await India with Modi 3.0. He's been very clear. This is the time for India's transformation. This is the time for India to claim its place both on the global platform and right here at home as we work towards making our country developed with the contribution of everyone. And Modi ji's silence seems to be affecting the opposition far more than even his speeches do. And I don't understand why this is the case. 5 years ago, he was meditating in a similar way, and we saw not just NDA come back to power with a thumping majority, but also some massive changes right here at home, whether it was the abrogation of Article 370 or the fact that now we can go and get Ram Lalla's darshan at his grand palace in Ayodhya.
But this is not about the country. Charu Pragya, I want to again play out what he said about his silence. Hold on a second.
No,
because it
absolutely
almost
is,
seems
because
a little
the
eerie. I want you to
constitution-
respond to what the Prime Minister today said in
Wait 20
Hoshiarpur.
seconds more.
It almost sounded
Allow
a
me-
little ominous. Let's play that again and then I'll get you to respond.
और मैं इंडिया अलायंस वालों को कह रहा हूं, मैं चुप बैठा हूं, इसका मतलब ये समझिए, गलती मत कीजिए मोदी को समझने की। अगर मोदी जिस दिन मुंह खोलेगा, तुम्हारी 7 पीढ़ी के पाप निकाल करके रख दूंगा।
रोहन मित्रा, अभी चुप बैठा हूं, मेरा मुंह मत खुलवाइए. It's like he's already planned for a post 4 June scenario. Be prepared.
Good evening, Padmaja. You know, I'm in Bengal and we survived a big storm. Okay, we had a storm a couple of days back and we survived, and Mr. Modi came and he walked the streets. And, you know, the fact of the matter is Mr. Modi has always made this election about him. He's done it in 2019. It's not about the BJP. He seems to take everything very personally. You know, this is the same man who said that the world did not know Mahatma Gandhi till the movie was made about him. If the world did not know about Mahatma Gandhi, then why would Mr. Attenborough make a movie about him? Why would the apartheid scheme in South Africa, it was known because of Mahatma Gandhi? So this is a man who thinks himself to be higher than Mr. Mahatma Gandhi. He thinks he's bigger than everyone else. You know, the fact of the matter is today the Congress president has clearly said the opposition has fought this election on issues which we mentioned in our manifesto, issues like jobs, issues like inflation, issues like unemployment. We covered this, and Mr. Modi made it about everything else.
Okay,
You know, he
Charu
talks
Pragya
about
responds. Far from being silent, the Congress says Prime Minister has only been speaking about himself and he has been abusing the Congress. In fact, they actually did a whole count of the Prime Minister's speech, said that he spoke about INDI 573 times. He spoke about Mandir Masjid 421 times. He went ahead and spoke about himself more than 300 times, and he used the word Muslims and minority 224 times. So Prime Minister is saying, I have been silent. Congress says he hasn't been silent. He's only been talking about himself.
Did they miss how many times the Prime Minister used the word roads, infrastructure, Viksit Bharat, airports, medical colleges? Did he miss the words when the Prime Minister talked about the youth, the demographic of this country? See, they are selective, Padmaja. They have always been selective, and that is why we are on a fast track to development today. If the last 75 years, especially under the UPA rule, especially under the Congress rule, especially under the dynastic rule of the Nehru-Gandhi clan, India would have done what needed to be done for its people and not merely its leader, we actually today wouldn't be needing to fast track everything. They are the ones who have lost multiple opportunities at every given point of time. So it's a bit rich for them to be speaking like this today. They have not bothered to speak at all. In fact, it is because of Prime Minister Modi that most of these leaders are now even forced to go to their constituencies, because earlier the fashion was to send your name across and people will vote. Well, we have changed that, and now everybody has to be on the ground working to prove what they can do for these people. That's why Rahul Gandhi lost from Amity. That's why he's going to lose again from Rai Bareli.
Okay, so you're saying there's going to be a systemic shake-up. What do you think, Varun Singh? Because the word on the ground is कि बदलाव तो होंगे, whether it's going to be within the Congress, within the Shiv Sena, within the NCP. Is this a sign of things to come when the Prime Minister says कि 6 महीने में तूफान आने वाला है?
Absolutely. You know, you mentioned two political parties, Padmaja, the NCP and the Shiv Sena, which are from Maharashtra. And after 4th of June, at least in Maharashtra, we would know which are the two political parties that will survive. Because, you know, immaterial leaders go here or there or any other party, but it is the voters who decide. And the voters, whichever party they give their majority of votes, that party will be the one which shall remain. And that is what I think Prime Minister hinted at, where the voters are going, which political party the voters are supporting. And if you see, if in the Shiv Sena, the party that was run by a family, the family has been sidelined. And similarly in NCP also, the daughter and father has gone away from the main party right now. But you know, talking about the Prime Minister, to be very honest, if he spoke about temple for more than 200 times, I'm very happy that at least someone is talking about temples finally, and someone is talking about, you know, the Congress, the person who supports Congress right now was mentioning about I don't know how many times the minority and Muslim words were mentioned by the Prime Minister during his rallies, but in their 30-page manifesto, 13 times the word minority came in. The Prime Minister was talking in different contexts, and over here, when he spoke about that he would expose the lineage, I think, you know, as a common Indian citizen, I would be more happy and more glad if the Prime Minister actually exposes the corruption of this political parties run by families, and they are put behind the bars, like how Lalu Prasad Yadav, immaterial, he is on bail right now. If such people go behind the bar, I think everyone, including you, who are corrupt, would be happy, including you, would be happy if the corrupt are put behind the bars. So,
okay, by the way, just to set the record straight, the Prime Minister used the words Muslim and minority 224 times according to the Congress, and 421 times he used the word Mandir and Masjid. But I again want to focus on the Tufan part, Rohan Mitra, because if you pay attention to what Mr. Modi said, he said पार्टियों में तूफान आएगा, उनके खुद के लोग पूछ रहे हैं कि क्या कर रही है हमारी leadership. So essentially he is saying that your workers are going to rise up and say, get out.
Padmaja, you know, I was listening to Mr. Singh when he said, just before I answer your question, about dynasty parties, and, you know, he said the Shiv Sena and the NCP. Well, the NCP, which has gone with Mr. BJP, with the BJP today, who's running the show over there? That's Mr. Ajit Pawar, the nephew, and his family, and his wife is the candidate. So, you know, these are the double standards.
Sir,
you have
Storm,
Bihar, you have
Storm, do you think that your own Karyakartas are whipping up that storm?
You know, this is, I mean, the election campaign's over. We are going to get there's one more election phase to be completed. You know, the problem here is, Padmaja, on your screen, I can see that the Prime Minister's visit to Kanyakumari is being played. This is the problem which the opposition had. It is not fair. This is not a football match where you get extra time, where one team gets to show more of its...
Sir, I don't know if you can see my screen. Rahul Gandhi's rally from West Bengal is also playing on the screen. I am playing as many visuals of Rahul Gandhi. I mean, this could well be an old visual of the Prime Minister going to a temple.
Problem is not that.
And, you know, Rohan Mitra, I will say one thing very humbly. We really underestimate the people's intelligence if we think that today somebody is watching TV and all this while he was like, मैं तो राहुल गांधी को वोट दूंगा. Suddenly he sees Prime Minister in Kanyakumari, he's like, नहीं, अब मैं जा करके मोदी को वोट दूंगा क्योंकि मोदी Kanyakumari. People have made up their minds.
Media, you have to be fair, Padmaja. You are putting out the person in power.
Rahul Gandhi is on my screen, even though he's not doing a rally right now. If the Prime Minister is in Kanyakumari, Rahul Gandhi is also there on my screen.
Padmaja, it's a complaint. I'm not saying that what you're doing is wrong or right.
But what are you complaining about?
We are complaining about the live pictures of the Prime Minister from Kanyakumari, which is not fair. That's just the point.
Rohan Mitra, if Rahul Gandhi was in Kashmir, I would have shown him also. Or in Kanyakumari. Nobody is asking him where he is right now. But if he was in Kashmir, Kanyakumari, you know, Karnataka, I would have shown him also. In fact, if anything, I'm showing him despite the fact that he's not doing any of this right now.
when the campaign has ended, a private time of the Prime Minister, or the Home Minister, or the opposition leader, that need not be played out on your TV channels. That's the point here.
Okay,
That's the
sir.
point which the opposition wants to put it out there. They think it's not fair. In a democracy, the opposition can claim that something which they think is not fair is not fair.
All
So
right,
as an-
if you say
we
so,
can-
let's just agree to disagree on that. But the more interesting thing, all of this might just be reduced to a storm in the teacup in a post-June 4 scenario. The Prime Minister predicts there is going to be a massive storm. But what if it is not char so par for the BJP? Does a storm await them as well? We will find out very soon. Thanks, gentlemen, Charu Pragya, for joining me.